bro, dealing with the opposite sex is like war. Love is war. You gotta understand, all right? And when you're dealing with war, you understand that you keep your cards and you keep your cards close to your chest because the other person you're dealing with, they say keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And a lot of us, we're sleeping with the enemy. So when you're sleeping with the enemy, you gotta understand what you're dealing with. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Duke Reacts, part of the Duke and Don channel. And today we got another one for you. In this video that we're gonna react to, this was gonna be kind of like a cautionary tale for a lot of you guys out there, right? Particularly you black men, right? Why you should never, ever share your emotions with a woman, no matter how hard she pleases. She says, please be vulnerable with me. Just tell me what you're feeling. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a setup. For a lot of you men out there, when a woman asks you to share your feelings, it is a setup. And she doesn't even know it's a setup, but she's setting you up. Because the reality is, a lot of these bras don't care about your feelings, y'all. They're so damn selfish. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about how you feel. It's something they think that they care about, but when they actually hear it, it disgusts them. They look at you in such a disgusting way, it's not even funny. And it sucks for a lot of guys because, you know, you want to find that special one that you want them to love you just as much as you love them. But I'm going to just be real with you. And I found this out the hallway, and y'all about to find out the hallway too, all right? Women don't love unconditionally, except for if you're their kid. Other than that, if you're a dude, she's not gonna love you unconditionally, all right? And now you gotta start understanding why a lot of you men, you gotta start training your mind to stop loving these broads unconditionally, all right? Stop sharing your feelings, stop sharing all this stuff, because in reality, it's gonna do the opposite. They're gonna lose attraction for you, and then they're gonna go on a podcast and bash you. Let's take a look.
Really, they don't know how to have conversation.
That's true.
They don't know how to have an intellectual conversation. I don't want to talk about all the pain in your life, all your dead homies. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about like real ass shit that go on in the world. How you talk about what's your take on this? What you want to do with your life? What's your life for like real shit? How you feel like how you think the world finna be in the next few years with this type of shit?
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here talk about.
But you know, stop capping.
You left your mama don't fuck with. I don't want to hear
So
that.
then you can't talk about his trauma with you.
No, you can't. But niggas use the whole day to talk about that so you can feel sorry for them. Yeah. As soon as you do something for a nigga, everybody bail on me. I don't give a fuck what they do for you.
Oh my God.
They can't talk about his pain
They
with
don't
you.
care.
They talk about pain,
but not every day. Like,
I'm just saying, that's a turn off. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that right now. You're in the middle of a club, a nigga talking about his homie that got shot last week. Okay, good.
It's fucking with him. That nigga.
why is he in the club then? Why is he not at home? I mean, sorry.
Y'all ain't shit.
I guess that's the end of the video. You know, here's the thing, all right? I don't really fault majority of these ladies for thinking the way they think, right? Because realistically, it is up to us men to keep it stoic, to keep it strong, to keep it going, right? And it sucks, but you can't ever be vulnerable with these women, man, because it goes. A lot of these girls, they're talking right now, but what you don't understand, it goes a level deeper. This is biologically speaking, right? When they deal with a man, they want to know that, hey, that guy's a rock. And that guy is gonna be able to handle all the shit that I'm gonna throw at him, right? All my bullshit, right? And he's gonna be able to handle it and keep it moving. And that's gonna make me more attracted to him and make me more secure in whatever the fuck this is, a relationship, whatever they want to call it, right? And the minute you break that stoicism, the minute you break that masculine frame, is the minute that they instantly, it's a security factor for them, right? And all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, is this man really as strong as I thought he was? Is he gonna fight against those lions or the bad guys that knocks in the night if he's sitting here crying about his dead homies to me? Listen, even if your mama die, your bitch ain't gonna care. You see what I'm saying? You can't be telling these women anything, right? And here's the thing, right? Because I'm naturally good at this. Every girl I've dated, they can't get a beat on me, right? Because it's one of those things where I know where I grew up, I'm Nigerian. Growing up, we don't let females into our shit. It's like, oh, we got a problem, you talk to your brothers about it. You talk to your community, you know? If we're back in the village, you talk to your chief, you talk to your Igwe, right? So it's one of those things where this is why it's important for men to have that brotherhood. It's important to have that connection. It's important, instead of y'all killing your brothers, make amends with them, because a lot of these females, they don't care if you go to jail. They don't care if your brother died. They don't care if your homies died out there while you out there slinging and doing your thing. They don't give a fuck. So they only care about what is beneficial to them at that point in time. That's all these broads care about. The minute you lose frame is the minute they lose interest. Guaranteed. Listen, women, we're not your friends. We're not your fucking friends. We're not you. So stop trying to turn us into second-rate women. All right, we're not that. We're not gonna. Men shouldn't be sharing their emotions with you, and you shouldn't be encouraging your man to do it. All right, a lot of y'all instinctively know, and I'm saying instinctively know, that the moment your man breaks frame is when you lose interest, and you're gonna go try to find the other masculine dude that did this. You heard it here first. I mean, this is from the horse's mouth. They don't care about y'all. All right, and this is one thing y'all gotta understand, man. Women, although they say they want unconditional love, it's a lie, because they want it, but they're not gonna give it. They want it from you, but their love is conditional for them, right? It's conditioned, and the conditions could be anything. It could be, oh, you know what? He's crying, right? I can't talk to him. Oh, he's not making enough money. I can't talk to him no more. He's not ambitious. I can't talk to him no more, right? Their love is conditioned, right, for you as a man, and that's why I advocate for a lot of you guys, except for your kids, and even then, when your kids get 18, cut that unconditional bullshit off. I get it, because y'all grew up in schools, right? You start from a single parent household, which is usually your mom's. Then you go to school, you're dealing with the teacher, which is usually a female, right? And then you get out of college, you're dealing with more professors, which are usually females, right? So you're from birth to the point you're an adult, you're dealing with all these feminine energy and feminine bullshit, right? Telling you to share this and share that. And some of you men out there come out here thinking, oh yeah, I gotta be vulnerable with my baby. I gotta be unconditional. I gotta love her unconditionally so I can feel that love too. You not only understand that you're setting yourself up for failure. That's what you're doing. You're setting up yourself to be unsuccessful with women, because realistically, most women, they don't love conditionally. Even most children, right? And some of these kids, they don't play. I've seen kids finesse their own dads. I've seen it. I have seen kids finesse their own dads who love them unconditionally out of a car payment, right? Out of loans, right? You're using their information behind their back and screwing up their parents' credit. I have seen it firsthand. I've seen it, right? The same thing, guys. You got to start learning this important lesson. You cannot love unconditionally to a woman. Your love has to come with conditions. You have to have all these things before I fucks with you, or you're done. All right. And on top of that, I can't tell you shit, right? A lot of girls that I deal with, like I said, I'm Nigerian, so I'm different. I'm completely different. I grew up different. We don't share emotions with women. We don't deal with women on that kind of level, because women, we understand they have their own roles in society they have to play. So they play their roles, right? And we play ours. We bring the table. We do everything that we need to do, and y'all fix it and make it pretty. That's it. Y'all do what you gotta do, but stay out of our lanes and we stay in ours. All right, we only come together when the community needs to work. Other than that, I don't give a shit if you want to know my problems. I'm not gonna tell you my problems, because you can't handle my problems. You won't be able to. The shit that the average man goes through on a daily basis, if we plucked y'all females out and put them in a man's spot, you would break down and cry all freaking day, because you won't be able to handle what it's like to be a fucking man. You can't handle it. So a lot of you guys, you gotta understand, a woman's never gonna understand what it's like to be you, right? A lot of these brides can walk around talking, oh yeah, I know, man, I understand, man. That's why they're single, because they don't get you. They'll never understand you. Only your brothers will. So stick with your brothers. Tell your brothers your problems. Find yourself a mentor. Find yourself a good, solid male mentor that's gonna tell you the unapologetic truth, no matter what. That's gonna be down for you, no matter what. And you can tell your problems to, and he's gonna give you proper functioning advice to guide you the proper way. And that's the thing we lack in our communities. And I'm not just talking about the black community, I'm talking about men as a whole. We lack proper role models. Like I said, from birth all the way to adulthood, we're dealing with women and women's issues, right? And even in the media, we're always hearing about women problems. I'm sick and tired of hearing about y'all problems. If you don't give a shit about our problems, we don't fucking give a shit about yours. And guess what, motherfuckers? We run this motherfucking world. This is our fucking world. No matter how much you want to talk about the patriarchy and all this bullshit, you live in our motherfucking world. If we get these weak ass dudes out of power and do what they're doing right now, and we put our foot down and say enough's a fucking enough, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Not a damn fucking thing. So you gotta understand something, guys. You gotta understand something. When it comes down to dealing with women, you have to hold on to your frame. All right, you have to be mysterious, almost to the point where, like, they can't get a beat on you. They can't understand what you're thinking, because that's something they're gonna go tell their girlfriends, right? It's an insecurity they can take with them to tell their girlfriends, because they feel something, right? I don't know what he feels like. He's not telling me anything, girl. Like, this is going on and whatnot, girl. Like, you gotta, he's probably doing something, right? It keeps them thinking. But on that, you know, they're not gonna get a beat on you. It's gonna help them further stay in line, because if the enemy doesn't understand what you're fucking up to, if they don't understand how you think, they can't do shit. They're a lot more cautious when they move around. Y'all gotta understand, bro. Dealing with the opposite sex is like war. Love is war. You gotta understand, all right? And when you're dealing with war, you understand that you keep your cards close to your chest, because the other person you're dealing with, they say keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And a lot of us, we're sleeping with the enemy. So when you're sleeping with the enemy, you gotta understand what you're dealing with. Keep your cards close to your chest. If she asks to do something, or if she asks you to tell her something, don't do it. Tell her shit that doesn't really pertain to your problems or big problems, or anything that's not gonna trigger that security factor of hers where she's like, oh, I don't know if this man's stable. No. If she can't get a beat on you, that's perfect. You are doing your job. You don't show emotion, not even to your kids if you got it. They don't need to see that. They don't need to see you break down. All right, and a lot of you men out there, you got to start building strong bonds with other dudes. I know it's been years, right? And the women, the weak men of previous generations, they made it the mission of theirs to basically break down not only the black family, but break down the black man. That has been the mission from day freaking one, to break down you, right? To separate you from your kind. Now, things are changing with the age of the internet, because now there are little pockets where people can come to. You can come to spaces like this one. You can come to spaces like other manosphere spaces. But realistically, we need that brotherhood back, and it's starting to happen. You see what happens when men start to coalesce. You see what happens when real men, I'm not talking about these weak bitches, I'm talking about real freaking men, when they start to coalesce and the power that comes with it, right? The women come, right? The women come. So it's all about coming together as brothers, like-minded, and dealing with our situation, discussing our problems, and talking about what the experiences that we have. It's not for the opposite sex. There's a reason why you call them the opposite sex, meaning AKA different from you. They're not like you. Their internal wiring, even their mental wiring is completely different. It's different from the way you're wired. You're wired to take on more stress. You're wired to take on more responsibility. You're wired to be a fucking leader. That's what you're wired to do. All right. So we have to start untraining all this crap that we've been taught since from childhood by our mothers, because I was raised by a single mom too. We had to unlearn all the stuff that we've been learning since childhood, from childhood to adulthood, right? From all these women that have been taking over the spaces and been systematically dismantling and separating us guys, right? We have to now start finding ways to come together, start finding ways to work together and build our own thing, right? But the more we talk about these to women, talk about our issues, your dead homies, you should talk about it with your dead homies' family, who are if he has brothers, or talk to your homies who are homies with your dead homie. But don't talk that shit to a woman. They don't need to hear that. All right, they got their own problems. Let them deal with their own problems. Matter of fact, they'll try to have you deal with their problems. All right, and you can choose if you want to deal with it or not. But I say in 2021, no more female bullshit. No more female bullshit. No more female problems. No more female complaining. No more female whining. I don't want to fucking hear it. You're going to be ignored, you broads. All right? It's over with. If you don't want to listen to our feelings, we don't want to listen to yours. Simple as that. Yin for yang. Equality, motherfuckers. And that's it.